Right now on WCNC Charlotte, it's snowing in the Carolinas, everywhere from the mountains to the foothills. Even Charlotte could see some flakes today. A live look at downtown Blowing Rock, where it's looking like a winter wonderland there. And then check out Lenore, where the snow is starting to slightly come down. There are potentials, obviously, for snowfall everywhere, but check out your screen. We could see anywhere from a half a foot to a dusting, depending on where you live. And viewers like you have been helping us tell the story. This one from Craig in Fleetwood, North Carolina, up in Ashe County. You can see it's beautiful there if you like the snow, that is. Thanks so much for continuing to stay with us here on WCNC Charlotte. I'm Carolyn Bruck alongside Ben Thompson. We do have team coverage. We've got teams spread out all across our area. Let's start with Larry Sprinkle, though, because we need to know the latest on those conditions, Larry.
Look at this right here. You want to see the snow. That's right at the top of Beech Mountain. They are loving it up there. Skiers, snowboarders having a great time. Snow continues. In addition to the man-made, the natural snow up there, they've had anywhere in that area, anywhere from about 3.5 to 4 inches of snow. Pretty much white out once you kind of zoom in there. First warn Doppler radar up in the high country. That's really where the snow has been. We mentioned this. That's that's the normal place you get it. Along the I-40 corridor, a little bit of a dusting. We'll kind of zoom in. Charlotte area at the moment, it's just gray skies out there. Heading over to areas around Gastonia to Shelby, just north of Shelby, South Mountains up there. They're getting some sleet and snow, and you can see east in Gaffney, East Gaffney, the town of East Gaffney, that area right there, probably some sleet. So we're going to see a little bit of that as well. We'll take a look at futurecasts as we take you through the afternoon. Light rain showers here. This is around 1 o'clock. More rain in the Charlotte area. Then as we get to 3 o'clock, notice we start to see kind of a rain-snow mix in there. And by about 4 o'clock, that's snow for Charlotte all the way across into Lincolnton and Gaston up 321 just south of Hickory. And then between about 4 and 7, everything just slides out of here, is gone. It's a quick burst of snow, but enough to make it kind of exciting out there. We could get maybe a trace to an inch at the very most. And you go over just to the west if you're about 2 inches up towards Statesville, a little over 3 around Hickory, all the way up into areas around Morganton. As far as any travel troubles, weather impacts today in Catawba County up 321. You get into the northern part of Iredell County up Interstate 77. You may find some issues up there, slick spots obviously, but that 7-day forecast does show 37 today. Tomorrow morning a big freeze over, and then we get to the low 50s by the middle of next week. We're going to check some of those snow totals in maybe your neighborhood in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good, Larry. Thanks. Our live team coverage continues right now, sending it out to meteorologist Chris Mulcahy. So, Chris, you've been in the thick of it all morning. You're getting a little bit of relief right now. Looks like it's still cold. You're in Lincolnton, yeah?
Yeah, it's definitely still cold, Carolyn, but here's the true testament. Maybe I'm just trying to be harder than I actually am, but I'm not wearing my gloves. Just a couple hours ago when I was up in the mountains, that was a completely different case and scenario. At least the winds were lighter, but that snow started early in the morning and continued through the morning and will continue through the afternoon. Here's what we saw through the morning. Since early this morning, plow trucks in the mountains have been busy, keeping up with the biggest snowfall of the snow season. The snow accumulated slowly, but was steady through the morning, accumulating at about 1/4 to 1/2 inch per hour. Travel was not ideal, and most were taking it slow turn by turn. If you didn't have to travel, it was a blissful winter wonderland, with the beauty of the snow still enhanced by the holiday decorations that still line the streets of Boone and Blowing Rock.
It's so beautiful. I couldn't stay inside.
As the snow continued to add up, it encouraged people to get out and walk around and embrace the new white-coated surroundings.
It's just a nice walk in the snow.
When you didn't hear this, the snowfall was quiet and calm with light winds, but this isn't over. More snow is expected to fall through this afternoon into the evening. The winds will increase and it'll get icier overnight as lows drop back through the 20s. So drive safe, everyone. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And what's happening right now in Lincolnton, we're seeing a little bit of rain mixing in with some snowflakes, but it's kind of a pitiful rain. It's not really hitting the surface. We have some drier air that's really trying to break up a lot of this. It's still going to eventually die off, allowing for some heavier rain showers, eventually with the rain-snow mix. Certainly the worst snow scenario was up in the mountains. When we left, we saw snow totals up to about 4 inches. They easily could add another 2 on top of that. Meanwhile, for the rest of us, just kind of a messy end of the day. But certainly the biggest risk is going to be that refreeze overnight. So I will reiterate what I said in that package. Stay safe, everyone. I'm meteorologist Chris Mulcahy reporting from Lincolnton.
All right, Chris, step a little bit further away from the road. It's making me nervous. Let's send things over. Okay, good. Let's send things over to Richard Devane, live in Granite Falls. And Richard, what are you shaking your head at me?
You're nervous about Chris. Who is it? It's Chris.
Yeah, that's very right. You know what? It looks like the snow picked up.
Absolutely. What a difference 30 minutes make. 30 minutes ago, the snow was melting. I had nothing to show you. Now, look, on the jacket, you can see the snow is falling. I'll step out of the way, let you see. It's beginning to fall a lot more. 321, which is where we're standing right off of, is doing well. Let's take a look at some of the snow we shot earlier, because you can actually see a little bit more accumulation. That's what's happening right here now. We also saw accumulation earlier today. It melted after a while, but now it's coming back in earnest. This was the conditions. A lot of drivers out there said, hey, it's snow, it's winter, they expect it. We spoke to one guy. Here's what he had to say about dealing with this morning's snow.
It's just slushy. You know, it don't seem like it's cold enough for it to freeze yet. I ain't going nowhere. If you don't have to be out there, don't be out there. Because it's rough.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what he was saying. He was actually saying it's cold, it's freezing. He's not going to go back out in it, especially as the snow melts tonight and into the early morning hours, because he knows the roads are going to be treacherous. He says he's just going to get out there after the snow melts, which is the good advice for everyone. You know, it also gives us an opportunity to show off our special gear here. And also, you know, I'm not going to wear the beanie. I have the beanie. I'm not going to wear it, but I do have it. See, the WCNC beanie. That's the situation right up here in Caldwell County. We're going to send it back to you. You want a beanie, Carolyn?
I have a beanie, but Richard, I don't have one of those jackets.
I have one of these for you, too.
Gosh, you are just such a giving man. Thanks so much. Let's send things over to WCNC Charlotte's Billie Jean Shaw joining us live from Hickory. So Billie Jean, you've been there since very early this morning, and it seems like it's kind of the same thing. The snow's been falling steadily there.
Good afternoon, Carolyn. So last time when we spoke to you 30 minutes ago, it was more like a slushy mix. Right now we're actually seeing snowfalls. We're downtown Hickory, and you can see the snow forming a bit more, but by the time it is hitting the ground, it is melting. Right now there are no issues to report in the Hickory area. We see that a lot of people are not out. I'm told that this area is usually filled with people, you know, enjoying the local restaurants, the local businesses, but people are opting to stay home between COVID and the weather. We do know this area is under a winter storm warning throughout the night through midnight, and that is where the concern is really going to come in. Once the sun goes down and the temperatures gets cooler and the ground gets cooler, excuse me, there is a concern about black ice and then this melting that is happening now, freezing over. So if you do plan on going out on the roads, be extremely careful. We do know that crews from the county and the city were out yesterday putting that brine on the roadways, but of course you still need to be careful because, as you can see, the roads are very slick right now, and as the snowfall is continuing to pick up and increase, there's no telling what exactly could happen in the next few hours. We do know that this area is expected to see 2 to 4 inches at some point today. There were precautions taken with the local school district. They moved students to remote learning, which is something that is easier to do now, especially with the coronavirus pandemic. But as of now, everything is cleared. Carolyn, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much. We're going to send it to Ben right now. And Ben, you know, it looks fun if you have a nice place to be inside, warm.
That's the thing. We can't forget about our neighbors and our loved ones who are not as fortunate to have a warm, safe place to go. Keep in mind, folks, our homeless population, while we had it under control for the last several years, because of this pandemic, it's really gotten much bigger, and those people are the most vulnerable in a situation like this. So if you know somebody who might be housing insecure or might be homeless, take down this information. Roof Above, that organization, has extended its day services center hours, which are now 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on weekends. And Mecklenburg County has also extended leases on nearly 160 hotel rooms. I mean, that's 160 people who can be off the street and into a warm hotel room, and making all the difference. Those rooms can be accessed by calling 211. Now let's round out our team coverage of this, really the first winter storm of the season right now, and you are part of that team as well. Rachel Lumberg joining us now with some of the cool videos and pictures you're sending into our newsroom.
Yeah, we've been seeing some amazing shots since early morning on Wake Up Charlotte, Ben. So thanks to everybody who's been texting us in pictures and videos, letting us know where you're at and what you're seeing. It always helps us tell the story. Also tagging us on social media is great. Let's first start with this shot from Brian. So he stuck a ruler in the snow there. He said this was around 8 a.m. and they were already at 5 inches in Blowing Rock. Snow started falling in Cherryville. And then look at the fresh powder at the reserve at Sugar Mountain. It is just gorgeous. Doesn't that make you want to like go sledding, go skiing, all of the above? We really appreciate everybody snapping the shots even at the early morning hours when the sun was rising. This is from Daniel. He said he's in Seven Devils, North Carolina, still snowing there. Look at the accumulation. Looks like on the back or front porch. And then how amazing is this last one. So I did not realize this earlier this morning. This is from HV Ward on Twitter, tagged our chief meteorologist in it. But he said the huge cotton balls, big snowflakes were coming down. I didn't realize he was in the hot tub. He's really living the life there, said he's enjoying this, and we will continue to follow the very latest. I'll send it back to you guys.
Hey, I want that set up, please. Work from home, work from the hot tub, more like it, right?